we've had some problems.
Okay.
We've had a few issues.
So, okay, this was kind of the skirt that you were making last time.
Yes, this one has been, I've kind of cheated a little bit. I'm reusing a pattern for another outfit because I love this high-waisted, dressy kind of skirt. I'm just pairing it with a different top.
Yeah.
The first skirt is going to be with a wee waistcoat, and that's it. And maybe like a cravat sort of situation. It started out as a shirt, right? But it's kind of adapted from then. This one here was just partially pleated and ironed. The top and bottom. This one was ironed all the way down. I think I kind of prefer this one because it's just a bit,
I mean,
it's less sad looking than this.
I'm biased because I love big, full, like 1890s sleeves.
Yeah.
So that I like that. But like, I think this is a really interesting texture.
If I was going for a straight sleeve, I'd definitely consider for that. But I want something to puff out because this is also going to be paired with a pair of stretch lace gloves as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to have a proper like day at the races kind of vibe. They had to make a head to actually get the hood up. I freaked half the students in here putting eyes on it.
I like it.
I think it's really cute. Depends where you put the eyes. Do you know, if you put them like out there, it kind of looks a bit.
I don't know, it's kind of adorable in like a creepy way.
Be taking that home with me. The collection as a whole is going to be very much suiting inspired, like sort of men's tailoring, but pinstripes, checks, really fine wools, depending if I can get affordable ones. I'm going to go set up that other one now. If I can find it. All the work I've done in the past like 3 months is in this pile. This outfit, it's essentially a shirt that's been adapted into a corseted bodice. So the top part is a traditional shirt, button pocket, collar, all that. But I'm coming into this, really emphasizing the waist, but then here, I wanted to play around with the elements of the shirt itself. So I thought, what if the collar came down into another layer of fabric? And then what if that fabric looped over like that there? This is going to serve as like almost like a button, and this is the fastener. The reason it's not going through there is because I sewed that hole in the wrong way. That's a cross and that's an X. Buttoning the sleeves are, again, just taking like the idea of a shirt cuff and just really exaggerating that. So whenever the model's going to be walking down the runway, it's going to be pushed up like she's, you know, at the office. And then here it's going to lace up like a corset. This definitely took the longest. These are going to be a low-waist trouser. We've got some draping on the side here, and that's going to go into, it's going to be a pocket. These are going to come up over the waistband and fold over to create belt loops.
Oh, interesting.
So the pleats become the belt loops. Oh, one more thing. There's a reason this is this particular shape. This fabric manipulation is something I developed last year as part of my degree. I wanted to sort of continue that into this collection. It's naturally just kind of grown away from that and into the more tailored side, but I still wanted that element of it. You get this arrowhead sort of shape coming out. I mentioned that specifically because this piece is going to be there's a bit of costume, bit of fantasy to this one. I'm going to have an understructure here, almost like an elastic harness, right, to support something that's going to hold an arrow shaft that's going to screw into the back, right? So she's going to walk down and she's going to look like she's been shot with an arrow down the runway.
So cool.
I actually have this lovely fabric that I got in town a while ago. It's just a cotton that's been screen printed with some sort of gold paste. So if you imagine whenever this is made, it's as if this golden arrowhead is coming through and it's covered in blood. And then I might look into maybe just hand painting some like blood splotches around here, just to really drive the idea home. This is probably the one I'm most proud of.
It's creative and just playful, as well as just like inventive of like, how would this happen if I did this? Like, I think Cool. So tell me what's going on with the kombucha leather.
The very first sample that I showed you has been the best one so far, unfortunately. I harvested a sample on Monday of this week, and it dried very quickly, and it became really papery and really just not leather. I think maybe the tea brew wasn't strong enough, or maybe the actual bacteria culture. There are a million things going wrong every single week. I'm still holding out. I've got 2 boxes set up, growing the stuff, so I'm hoping to get 4 more sheets in the next 4 weeks. At this point, it's just hopes and prayers. Hopes and prayers and dreams. And I think the whole point of this is just to show like my own skills and how much I have upskilled since graduating. You know, I wouldn't mind actually pursuing a career in like the actual explicit fashion side of it.
Yeah.
Whereas before I would have considered maybe, you know, working in the costume sector.
Well, I wish you like all the best
Thank
with your science experiment.
Yeah.
So I've been in Mayobridge Primary School, just 10 minutes outside Newry, and I've been doing a workshop with them over this last 5 to 6 weeks. One of the weeks was paper weaving, I was drawing flax flowers, and then most recently we were doing mark making on a linen cloth, and that's what we have here. I got them to do mark making of the different lines, cross hatches that you might have seen in embroidery. Got them to write like key linen words, whether that be Belfast Mill, linen, doffer, weaver. And they basically then started mark making and writing everything that they've learnt over this last couple of weeks onto the linen cloth. And my idea is to make aprons for the kids, hopefully if they get to walk down the fashion show, if not into the near future of a concert. The kids are absolutely loving it. They just love the arts and crafts end of it. They can learn a wee bit of history and learn a wee bit of song that goes along with the art, and a lot of the time that they are doing the art practice, they're actually singing the linen songs along with it, and that's how I kind of start my morning or afternoon with them. We go into a linen song, we put a wee bit of actions into them, and then we go into craft, and it kind of, it really rounds it up very well. Last year for my final year show, it was all about the work I produced, where this year it's all about what the kids have produced over the last number of months. So it's a different concept, I suppose. It's like, how am I going to showcase the best work that these kids have made over this last while, more so than showing me. So it's lovely.